Okay, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Thanks guys for coming in. A lot of you are here chatting already. We have 32 people waiting for the video to start. And you're all chatting. Thanks so much for coming early. Thanks for hanging out. Today we're going to be talking about Cricut Design Space 3. Welcome. We do this every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And I know it's really early for Pacific Coasters, but I want to keep it, you know, like a Saturday morning thing. I want to try to keep the time the same so everyone remembers to come back. Today we're going to be talking about the Make It Now projects. But I just returned from Utah, Salt Lake City, where we had an awesome Cricut event. So if you want to talk about that, after we talk about the Make It Nows, we can do that. We can talk about the new machines. We can talk about the new product. I cut this Cricut corrugated cardstock on the Cricut Explorer Air 2, so it can be cut on any of the Cricut Explorer machines. I didn't even use a deep cut blade, but we can talk about that more. If you have questions, put them in all caps, and let's get on with it.
You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Okay, first off, how do I sound? I got a new microphone. So I'm trying to get it to not sound like I'm in a cave or something so it doesn't echo, because this room is huge and it kind of has an echoing sound. So let me know how the sound is. Happy Saturday to all of you. Hello, Bobby and Jamie and Pam and Melinda and Marissa, Jennifer and Tina and Peggy and Judy and Brittany, Denise, Lillian. Thank you all for coming. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Brenda. Sounds good? Great. Does it sound better than before for those of you who come every week? Is it better now? Okay. Everyone's saying sound is good. So let's get on with Design Space. And one more thing, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel and you subscribe during this event, your name shows up on the screen and says you just subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click the little bell after you click subscribe, and you will be notified every time I go live or post a video. And the comments will be on the video forever. They will stay in there. Okay, somebody can't hear me, so can someone tell them to refresh or something, or maybe their computer's muted or their video itself is muted. Hi, Tamitha. Okay. Michelle Young just subscribed. See that on the screen, the bottom left? Okay, let's get to the Make It Now projects. Here is the home of Cricut Design Space. And here's my projects. Here's some featured projects and sneak peeks at Cricut Maker sewing projects. Those are cool. And some by Anna Griffin. I'm gonna, let's click on this one. This one looks really cool. I'm so crazy 62 just subscribed, and you're gonna love the new Cricut Maker with these sewing projects if you sew. There's something I want to show you here. Does this show more pictures? Yes, more pictures. So this is a pattern to make this little thing to hold your tools. Isn't that cool? Okay, do you guys see this little printer option here? I'm gonna click on that in a minute. But this gives you a description and dimensions, materials to cut, everything else. You should read these before you do anything. So read it, make sure you can understand it. They give very detailed instructions. Do you see all these pictures? And if you don't want to look at these, like you don't want to read this on your computer, you can click print. And then it prints all these pages. So while you're doing your project, you can print it out on paper. Isn't that awesome? How cool is that? Because it would make it much easier to look at the directions on paper, I think, than on the computer. And one thing that I keep doing every time I go to this, do you see where we're at here? Can you guys, oh, you can see my mouse. Okay, so I'm done with this part. I don't really want to print it because I'm not making this right now. And I always want to click this X. See this X in the top right corner? I click that and it just makes it bounce. How do I get rid of that? I had a duh moment, like duh, click cancel. So you go over here by the print and click cancel. So I'm showing you this because I keep hitting that X, but this is on top of that with the X. So click cancel. Don't get frustrated like I was. Like, how do you get rid of that? I don't want to print it. So now when you want to get rid of this one, you click the X. Hi, Joan. So glad you made it. Okay, I'm reading. When I'm quiet, I'm trying to read some of the comments to see if there are questions. If you have questions about the Make It Nows, please put them all in caps. And I want to show you something else. We're going to click, I clicked on See More in the Anna Griffins. So here are a lot of Anna Griffin Make It Nows, which these are awesome. And I want to show you some of the monogram ones because I know there's questions about the monogram Make It Now projects. Thank you so much, Tamitha. So this is a monogram Make It Now. That's so cute. You can cut this out on paper or vinyl or iron-on. They cut it out on fabric and it probably has a backing to it to iron it onto a pillow. And like I showed you here, it has all the information. But I don't want to use an E. So what I do is click Customize. Down here in the bottom corner, you have Customize or Make It. Well, I don't want to do an E, so I'm going to click Customize. And I'm going to make it. Now, there was another one of these. Probably go find that other one too that was different, where these were attached together. So if you were to get these, let me select them both. Let's pretend they were attached, okay? Because sometimes you'll get an image that looks like this and it's attached. So I want to change that E to another letter. So I have to detach it if it is attached. And what I do is I click on here, I click on See More Information, and I see that that is an image. It is not a font. So I'm going to click on View Cartridge. So now I want to find the letter that I want to use. So this is the same image that came from. Let's say I want to use this L. Or this one. I'm not sure which one I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and insert both of those. I think this one matches that more. So let's size this one by dragging it. So I'm just dragging it to how I want it and how I want it to look. Okay, so that's about right. Get rid of that. And that's how you change the monograms. You do not use a font. The Anna Griffin monograms, you go over here and click that and View Cartridge, it's not a font. If it is a font, it'll say it's a font, and then you can go find that font and change it. I'm reading the comments. Just me out there. She says, Melody, I bought the Air 2 and haven't even opened the box yet, but it was from Prime Day. Would you suggest I return that and purchase the new one when it comes out? Yes. I would personally. The Explorer or the Cricut Maker does everything the Explorer does. So if you want to wait for the Maker and return that, I would go ahead and return it if you can. How do you change the color to match? Good question. There's many ways to do it. I can select it all and attach it, and then it will all cut out of the same material, and this will cut right in the middle. So if you were doing vinyl and you wanted it the same, I would attach it. So then it all gets cut together. I'm going to undo. Oh, I was moving it around. So undo until it's like that. Another way to change it is to click on this, click up here, see where the layers is, all the way over to the right is color sync. So then whatever color you wanted it, if you want it all blue, you just drag one to the other one. And then they're the same color, but they're not attached. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's go back and I'm gonna, well, there's different ways to go to projects. Let's just click here for projects. And then you have categories. So you can go to my projects or featured projects, ones that are just for Cricut Access and lots of others. I'm gonna go to the Anna Griffin ones. And I don't see that option here. Let me see if I can search it. Or do I have to go back to the front page? Okay, here's the Anna Griffin ones. But it's not all of them. I was looking for the one on the card. Okay, let's go to this one. A place card. Because we know you want to make a place card. You don't want them all to say Anna, correct? So here's the directions. It tells you down here which images they are, and it says purchased because I have purchased those. So let's see what this does when I click customize. Oh, project already exists. We're going to replace it. Okay, so they left it blank without any words. So if we want to add words to this, we just go down here and change the font to whatever we want. I'm just going to use Cricut font. And I'm probably going to have it right. So I'm going to filter over here to writing fonts. And if I want these to all touch, I'm going to, well, there's different ways you can do this. You can do letter spacing, move them closer together. But it doesn't make them all even. And the reason why this D and Y are not together is because this is all the way to the end. They are actually touching if this was this high. Do you see how that works? They would be overlapping. That's why that's like that. So with some letters, you have to ungroup. Put them together. I probably, and then I'm going to group this, probably wouldn't use this font for this, but Now, if I want that written on there, I have to select that, and I'm hitting my command key and then selecting this piece to put it on. And then you have to attach. So the writing will stick to that. Okay, I'm going back to the questions. The set canvas is not in Design Space yet. It will be another feature that will be let out later. Yeah, we'll look at the sewing patterns in a minute. I don't know how to incorporate the new Anna Griffin cards from the new Kodak printer. I don't have the printer. How do I make the same font bold? Not every font can be in bold, and this is writing. So if you want this a little thicker, use a marker instead of a fine tip pen. If you are doing multiple name cards, do I have to go back every time and change the names? Yes. Here's my suggestion. Detach. Duplicate this many times. Do all the names. Arrange them to the front. If you duplicate these all first, then do all the names will be on top, and then you'll have to attach each one. Clarissa says, I have a PC. I cannot use it offline. Will Cricut have it for a PC? You can do everything I'm doing on a PC. If you mean offline for a PC, no, they will never have it offline for a PC, only for the mobile apps. Right now, it's only in the iOS app for offline. When you are selecting the font, can you make the pop-up window larger? I don't think so. I'm not sure what you mean. This window? I don't think you can make that larger. Yes, you can. I'm just getting to some of these questions. You can duplicate this many times and do them all at once. I didn't get the Anna Griffin printer because I don't need another printer. I print glitter paper, the Cricut glitter paper, and I've never had trouble printing on anything on my normal printer, so I didn't need it. Okay. Are there any more questions on the Make It Now projects? These sewing projects cannot be customized yet. I don't know why not, or if they will be, but they are very detailed. The sewing projects are really cool because they have there's a washable fabric pen that will tell you where to sew. So if you're new to sewing or you have trouble sewing straight lines, this is amazing. Let's go to images. Let's clear this. There is not a category yet for sewing, but I think there will be. At least I don't know that there will be. I think there should be. That's just my opinion. I have not seen any patterns in Cricut Design Space. These are cutting patterns. These are not like for fabric. But aren't these cool? Love these. There's always something new to see in Design Space. There's 60,000 images, so I guarantee you, you haven't seen everything there is in Cricut Design Space. There's actually more than 60,000 images. There's many more. Cricut Easy Press will be available at the end of the month. Candy bar wrappers, I think you just add a square and wrap it around the candy bar like a rectangle. What do I mean print on glitter paper? I put glitter paper in my printer and then printed, and it printed on glitter paper. Let me see if I can find that. Here it is. I printed 2 sheets. Okay. Here I printed on glitter paper. This was Cricut glitter paper. So it started out like this. And then I printed, this is my digital paper I printed on it. And that's what it looks like after I printed it. And then I made the image smaller so I could use smaller images. So I put 4 to a page. Let me see. Oh wait, I have comments over here. I did search patterns and they didn't come up as patterns. Okay, you may have to call them by name. Okay, let's go back. Gabrielle just subscribed. Okay, here's the cosmetic bag. Let's insert that. Let's move this so we can see. So it's kind of hard to see the writing on here. Let's change the color. Let's hit color sync. I'm just going to change these colors just so we can see them. Oh, I still can't see those. I thought those had a line. Maybe those two don't have a line. No, they do have a line. I just can't see them on the purple. Let me see if black helps. Okay. Yeah, see, I couldn't see them. It's harder to see on the red. So these lines are your sewing lines, and the pen will write on there. The pen also goes on the pattern to number them so you know where to sew and things. Okay, let me go back to the chat. There's so many questions now. Yes, you can use your iPad on the new machine. Okay. Thanks, Jamie, for helping answer the questions. With the split monogram cartridge, yes, you will edit the letter the same way. It's not a font. You have to go get the image of the letter. I don't think I have a video on just the monograms. I don't have a video printing on the glitter paper. I just did it. I just put the glitter paper in my printer and printed on it. The pen was the fabric pen. It's a washable fabric pen. So once you wash the material, you put the material so the pretty side is down. And that way the pen will be writing on the back side. Thanks, Tamitha. Okay, are there any other questions? Did you guys see the new corrugated paper? Okay. I have two monitors here and I get confused where the mouse is. When I was at the Cricut event, they gave us some goodies and some things. And they have corrugated paper. And it's not just for the new machine. We got a sampler and they have it in these colors. And on the website, they have it in bright colors and pastel colors. And then in the packs, you also get some plain paper, not textured, just plain. Sally Taylor, thank you so much for the super chat of $10. That is awesome. Thank you. So let me show these close up. And don't worry about that. These were in my suitcase. So they got a little messed up, but I don't know if you can see the thickness. So I cut this on the poster board setting on my Cricut Air 2. I cut out a heart. I did not use the deep blade. I just used the regular blade. It cut out perfectly. Let me find the comments. Thank you so much, Sally. That is amazing. Everyone is saying the Explorer can't do the sewing projects. I don't know if they'll be available on the Explorer. I think they should be available on all the machines. I don't know. But to cut fabric on the Cricut machines we have now, they have to be bonded. So they have to have something attached to them. The reason is the blades we have now drag. The blade in the Cricut Maker is it has the regular blade, but then it also has a rotary blade that rolls. So it has 10 times the amount of pressure that the machines do now. And it rolls, so it can push down really hard, and it rolls across the fabric. And when it needs to turn or make a straight edge, like a corner, it lifts up, turns, then lifts back down. It is absolutely amazing. Tina, the money comment is for a donation. It's called a super chat, and it's just to show appreciation to me to do the live videos. It helps support me. Yes, the rotary blade is only for the new machine because it has a cog thing that will actually move the blade. This technology wasn't available when they designed the Explorer. And, you know, like new technology comes and new things come out, and the Cricut Maker is absolutely the best die cutting machine ever. They are not discontinuing the Explorer models. The Explorer models and Explorer Airs and Air 2s will all still work just like they do now, and there will be more features in Design Space, and so that will be more upgrades. I don't think the discount code will work for the new machines. I haven't been told either way. Yes, the deep cutting blade from Cricut works in the Cricut Air 2. All the Explorer machines, the Explorer 1, the Explorer Air, the Explorer Air 2, all use the same software, all use the same tools. They are all of them fit everything. And the new pink mats will fit in the older machines. But it's still, to cut it though, you still have to have bonded fabric. Good morning, Kay. Is that how you say it? Kay? Kai? I don't know if any codes will work on the new machine. I'll probably find that out before they're released. And somebody's asking if the blade only on the Cricut site. Do you mean the rotary blade? The whole thing itself is only $12.99. I don't know if that's a mistake or not, but that sounds really, really cheap to me. Like, wow, $12.99 for the whole thing? I'm really not sure if that will change beforehand. To me, that sounds like that's their cost and not their retail price. But I don't know. And a lot of the new materials say sold out. They're not sold out. They just haven't been released yet. And all the new materials for the new machine will be released on August 20th with the new machine. Yeah, HSN will probably have a bundle deal and easy pay, and that will be on October 3rd. I don't know about any of the bundles yet. I don't know about any of that, but the HSN always has flex pay. So that's awesome. You just pay a fee, and it'll probably have free shipping, I assume. And then you pay a monthly fee and the tax in the first payment, and then for 4 or 5 months, depending on how many months they go. Okay, Lynn is telling me to go to the main page where all the where the blue fox is. So I'm going to click home. Do you mean these sewing projects? Do you guys see these? These are really cool. The main Design Space page. That's where I'm at. Or do you mean after I click in images? Is it the featured projects? I'm going to click more on the sneak peeks. Oh, I didn't mean to click add a project to my canvas. Toddler pants and belt. Cricut has new leather. And look, I think they made a belt. Who knew you could make a belt with a Cricut? Because you can cut like thick leather with the Cricut. Blue box, not fox. Cutting crepe paper on the Air 2 you can't really do it because it will drag it and makes it wrinkle, and it just doesn't cut very well. So crepe paper will be better in the Cricut Maker. The Easy Press comes out at the end of August. Yes, you should be able to see the Make It Now projects on the app for the iPad. Yes, this is for the Maker. Can make bow ties. You can make a leather wallet. Look at these quilts. Oh my gosh, look at this quilt. These quilts by Riley Blake. Love that quilt. Oh my gosh. Cricut also has fabric. Did you guys know this? There is fabric. It's not available yet, but it's on the Cricut website. It just says sold out. So the Cricut will cut all of these out, and then you just sew them together. And I used to do quilts before I used my Cricut. And that's actually the reason I bought the Cricut, to do applique stuff, and I could never get it to cut very well. And so I just started doing paper projects because I loved my Cricut. And one problem I had doing quilts is I didn't cut perfectly. And so then it was always off. It was never perfect. And now they will be cut perfectly. And it will give me a line to cut on or to sew on. So I know it'll sew perfectly. I'm so excited. And somebody did ask me, are you still going to do projects on the Cricut Explorer Air machines? And I'm like, yes, I still will do projects. on both machines. Some projects can be used on others. Like that leather wallet we saw. I could probably do that on thick leather on the Cricut Air 2 or with faux leather. I'm pretty sure you could use faux leather on this. Let's look at the other pictures. So I love how they have all the pictures and how to do things. I think most of the pattern projects are going to be in the Make It Nows because of the directions. And if you're just joining me now, you might have missed this. You can print out all of the instructions so you have them on paper. I will incorporate some sewing on some of my projects. Not on all of them, but on some of them, yes. Pamela says, am I getting this right? The maker is more if you do sewing for a paper crafter, better off to get the Air 2. No. I would say any crafter, if you're just now buying a machine, I would say get the Cricut Maker, even if you only do paper, because you can do mat board, you can do chipboard, you can do so much more. It's not just for sewing. There's a knife blade that's coming out in October, and you can cut so much more with that. The Cricut Maker does everything the Cricut Explorer Air does and more. So if you have the money, because it is more expensive, and you're just now buying a machine, I would get the Cricut Maker. If you're a paper crafter and you have the Cricut Explorer or Air 2, and you don't want, you can't afford a new machine, or you are happy with your machine, you don't need to cut any other materials, then keep your machine and don't buy the new one. You don't have to buy it. But in the future, there's going to be many more tools, not just the rotary tool, not just the knife blade. They've made it so they can use lots of different tools with it. So they will be coming out with more tools. I don't know what those tools are. I can only guess, but they're things that I know many people have asked for. I think what I'm thinking, I can only think of one, but I haven't been told anything except for there will be more new tools. The Easy Press is 9x9. The Easy Press is awesome. It has even heat. It has heating coils through it. A home iron only has one heating core, and it's really, really hot in the center and then gets cooler as it goes out. This has perfect heating, and it's 9x9 inches. And if your project is bigger than that, that's okay. Then you just do it in one spot and then move it to another spot. The Cricut Maker says it's limited on the Cricut website. So when it does go on sale on the 20th, I will share a link in Facebook and YouTube. Well, maybe YouTube. I don't know. Hopefully, on YouTube. Hopefully, I will have it before it goes on sale and I can show you some more videos. I will do an unboxing video. I will be getting it, but I don't know when it's coming. Yes, you can use SVGs in the Maker. Everything you can do now, you can do in the Maker. I don't know if the knife blade will be coming out by October 3rd. I hope so. I'm thinking that would be a great idea if it did. And they made a bundle out of it, but I don't know. I haven't been told. Yeah, if I had an Explorer Air 2 in the box, I would try to return it if it were me. Will I do the same with the Easy Press? Do you mean an unboxing video? I will do an unboxing video and show using it. Just me out here. I do have a group. Jamie will get the link for the group. There it is. Cricut Design Space with Melody Lane. And I also have a craft hoarders group. But if you want to learn Cricut Design Space, if you're a beginner or not even a beginner and want to see projects, be inspired or inspire others, help answer questions or ask questions, that is a group. I try to keep it a very positive group. No drama, no negative things. Can you make flowers from the show with the Explorer? You cannot make the crepe paper one. You can't make them out of crepe paper. Felt is really hard to cut on the Cricut Explorer. Linking cartridges with the maker. You can link your cartridges with your, if you have any other Cricuts, you can use those right now. They are coming out with an adapter with USB port you put into your computer, not into the machine, because when you link things to your account. So you can link it to your account that way. Will there be a trade-in on the older machines for the maker? I don't know. Will I use both machines when the maker machine comes out? Probably not. But some of the projects I do on the maker can also be used on the Cricut Explorer Air. Just because there's no reason for me to have two machines out, because the maker does everything the Air does. But even though I can share projects for the Explorer Air, I can cut them on either machine. Yes, Anna Griffin did say there will be a bundle from her. Maybe one in her color. I have no idea. I'm guessing. I would think she would, but I don't know. Yeah, you can use both machines. Like if you're doing some projects that you need a lot of it cut out, you can totally use both machines. Yes, cartridges linked to your account already work in the same thing. You're using the same software. I have the Epson Workforce 7610 printer. Thanks for joining my Facebook group. There is a blade to cut wood. It's called the knife blade. It's not available quite yet. It will be in October. There is not a rhinestone feature added. And the canvas feature is not back yet. But they continue. Just because they came out with a new machine, that never stopped them from continuing to update and upgrade Design Space. There is a whole team working on Design Space at all times. They're going to continue to add more features. They're going to continue to update it. They're going to continue to add more images and more patterns and more fonts. Okay, we have about 10 more minutes left. I try to keep this to an hour. So are there any last minute questions or anything you want me to show you? The maker does not sew. It only cuts. So you have to buy a sewing machine if you want to sew, or sew by hand. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, the knife blade is like an X-Acto knife, and it lifts up like the rotary tool and turns. So it's not just dragging along the image. It will lift up, turn, and go back down. They really outdid themselves this time. Ashish messaged me and he told me to prepare to be amazed. And so I was just trying to think, what could this machine do? You know, that's not out there. Because to be amazed, it has to do something no other machine does. And I had no clue. And I was totally amazed, more than I thought I would be. If you don't own a Cricut, you should just buy the maker, yes. If you can afford the maker and you want to be able to cut everything, get the maker. I don't know if Cricut will be coming out with a sewing machine. I don't think they will, just because there's so many sewing machines out there. So I really see no reason for them to come out with a sewing machine. That would take, no, I don't think so. Unless they had a sewing machine company and put the Cricut logo on it. You know what I mean? Like licensed to them or something. That would be the only way I think they would do it. Thank you, Tamitha. Thank you guys for all the likes. You guys are amazing. Thank you for joining me. We will be back next Saturday at 11. If there is something you want me to cover in Design Space, let me know. And I will try to cover that. Yeah, I did figure they were bringing out a new machine. I mean, they wouldn't have a huge event like this if it wasn't for a new machine. Last time they did an event like this, it was for the Cricut Explorer. But they didn't tell me it was a machine. They only told me to prepare to be amazed. And I probably would not have been amazed at new product. Although I'm in love with the new product. They gave us a sampler of, let me switch back. They gave us a sampler, look at my hair's a mess, of new paper. This is, and I don't know if you can buy these individually or if it's just the Naturals Papers Pack. And I'm not sure if this is new, but I was just looking at this morning. I just opened it this morning. I still haven't totally unpacked yet. I've been exhausted. But look, this is like skin tones. They're like naturals, but this could be used as skin tones for many different people. And so now I need to, all this is Cricut paper, and I'm going to need to reorganize. Okay, let's correct that. My assistant is going to need to reorganize this so we can fit all these colors in here. And then I have to buy more because I like to have a lot of each color, not just like 4 or 5 of each color. As you can see, I'm a little bit of a paper hoarder. And if you are too, join my craft hoarders group. Because we're all craft hoarders. Oh my gosh, Brenda, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. You guys are all so sweet. Yeah, we get a lot of stuff and they're going to send us the Cricut Maker. So I will be doing an unboxing video of the Cricut Maker and setting that up. And then I'm going to try it with a bunch of materials. I might even go buy some different materials, not just use Cricut materials, and find some things to cut. Because I'm excited to cut more stuff. And if you missed any of the footage from the event, I have lots of videos from the event, including the big announcement. It's kind of hard to hear but I couldn't help that. I was just recording it on my phone. I could hear it just fine. I don't know why the video was hard to hear. But the closing ceremonies were amazing. It's not very long. I think it's only 15 minutes, but it was so much fun. There was dancing and crying and cheering. And if you didn't see it, go watch that video. It was really fun. And it made a lot of people cry. The announcement made a lot of people cry too. Thank you, Sunny Girl, for subscribing. All right, guys, I am going to let you go. I will be back. I should have a video for Tuesday and Thursday. It may be live. It may not be live. I'm not sure yet what those videos are going to be, but I am going to work on some videos for you. And so we'll see you then, and see you next Saturday at 11. Cindy, you'll have to watch it from the beginning because now it's over. All right, guys, thank you so much. You guys have been amazing, and I really appreciate all of you. Oh, but there's this. Here's a shout out to a few of the people who support me on Patreon. Raymond, Lena, Lori, Sue, Kathy, Vivian, Raquel, Teresa, Stacy, Kiona, Carla, Deborah, Jody, Marty, Cheryl, Edwina, Kyle, Sandy, Carol, Denise, Michelle, Carrie, Bonnie, Donna, Glenda, Rhonda, Joy, Trish, Jerry, Becky, Thea, Stephanie, Bonnie, Janice, Phoebe, Kimberly, Lynn, Patricia, and Tony. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. Love you, and we will see you in the next video.